Hello and welcome to my channel and happy Thanksgiving. This is the Crow Dragon Pirate Thanksgiving special in which I try to get a handle on all of my sterling and solid silverware, and we pick out what we're going to go ahead and use for Thanksgiving. We're going to have guests, so I'm going to need 12 place settings and then, of course, serving spoons. So I thought for Thanksgiving, what better than to pull out the silver, and we'll get it all cleaned up and set aside and ready. Now, I'm not sure if I have enough of everything yet, but I have been going a little nuts this year buying silver. So strap in for a video in which I basically just dig through a bunch of sterling, and I'll show you what I'm picking out, sort of why I'm picking it out. And we'll also just do a little sorting here, because, for example, like this piece is clearly has some issues. Maybe I should see if I can't clean that up. That one may need to go out to the garage because I do kind of like it, honestly. It's pretty cool. And this is a good example of where we have a steel, as you can see by the rust. But it looks like it's Gorham. I think it's sterling. Is it sterling? Oh, come on. This has to be sterling. Well, maybe it's not. I feel like if it weren't sterling, they wouldn't have marked it. I don't know. We will have to give that one a closer look later. It's not functional for our serving anyways, so why don't we go ahead and just put that someplace we can inspect it later. But yeah, I am definitely thankful for you, my audience. We have had a great time this year. It's been just slightly over a year now since I started this channel, and I don't know what that's for. Maybe we'll put that in our possible serving pile. And it's been a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. This is a little loose. We're gonna have to put that one away. If you've been watching my channel, you've probably seen most of these things come up. 1908 sterling. I guess we'll put that into a possible small serving spoon. Ooh, Winnipeg. That's just a little souvenir spoon. We'll put that in the souvenir spoons. Souvenir spoon. Should we use some souvenir spoons for our Thanksgiving meal? Some of these are a little, I don't know if there's West Virginia. I guess we'll have a look through everything we have. We'll figure it out. This is Mount Hood, Portland, Oregon. I suppose they're a little thin. I feel like maybe, nah, probably not that one. What is this one? This one is, what is this one? OS and SD home. Oh, interesting. So this was somebody's home at one point, and they added that engraving to it. That's kind of cool. Huh. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, we're just going to pick out some good stuff. So things like this, I think we'll probably include just because it's super duper cool. And that might be good for the kids. I'm not sure what kind of berries or fruit that is, but we'll include that as one of the place settings, shall we? That one is Morgantown, West Virginia, but it may be a little risque for our purposes. Oh wait, is it a mermaid? Is this? That's kind of a overly attractive mermaid. If it is, we won't put that out on our Thanksgiving table. But I hope you're all enjoying your Thanksgiving. I know I certainly will be. It's always fun to have guests. While we go through this, I'm going to do a little sorting here too. I've got a lot of souvenir spoons that need to go into the souvenir box. That one is not a souvenir though. Some nice forks. Ooh, that one is very elaborate. I love it. We will definitely include that one in our place settings. Where's I going with my place settings? There's where I'm going with my place settings. Okay. But yeah, this video is pretty much just going to be this. If you like old silverware, you'll probably enjoy this video. And we'll be putting stuff away as we go. And then we'll be pulling some more stuff out. And we'll figure out if we can put together 12 place settings and then some serving spoons. For example, this one is definitely going to see some love this year, in particular because it is my oldest spoon. That right there indicates 1776, made in London, and that is the mark indicating it is sterling silver, and that is the maker's mark, WSRC. I forget off the top of my head who that is, but we are absolutely going to have that for serving mashed potatoes, probably. And a little baby spoon, we'll put that, where should we put that? We'll put that in here. I think this might be for olives. We will go ahead and wash and clean that one up, and we'll include it in our miscellaneous small serving pile. I think since it's just sterling handled, we'll only pull that one out if we actually need it. Hey, Quebec. I don't think we need that. We'll put that into our oh, that's a kiddo spoon. I wonder, is that a little too... Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that for the 4-year-old. He's a little beyond that at this point. There's another Winnipeg spoon. Somebody's been to Canada a fair bit. Ooh, this one. Definitely going to use this one. So this is pretty cool. I think this is what they call Nialo, where they intentionally black the silver and then put the pattern into it. And if we zoom in here, we have our Soviet hallmarks. So that is 875 silver, I think it is. It's not sterling, but it is solid silver, and then it's gold washed. That's cool. That's going to be somebody's place setting. So yeah, I think this will be fun. We'll make sure that we've got some. That one's pretty. I think that's strong enough. We'll maybe make that a place setting spoon. We'll find out. We'll have a pile of place setting spoons by the end of this, and then we will Tyler Davidson Fountain, Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll have a big pile by the end, and then we'll pick 12 out of those. A lot of these souvenir spoons. Some of them are quite pretty. Boyd Hall, Athens, South Dakota. A lot of times what would happen with these too is they would make a very nice spoon, and then it would get engraved further on down the line. And it was intended to be a souvenir spoon, but the engraving would then, of course, be custom done. Maybe at the town, I'm not sure necessarily if they would be, but they were each done individually. Okay, that I think is a marrow spoon for getting bone marrow out. I don't know that we will need that, but I'm going to put it into miscellaneous serving stuff. Like I'm going to put these little, my children will probably destroy those. I think we're going to put those away. I don't know what this spoon is for. I have not figured that one out. It's sterling, patent pending, but I'm not sure what it is. Interesting, Winnipeg. Just sort of a very plain spoon. Ooh, another good little serving piece. We're going to end up cleaning all the serving stuff up, and then as needed, we'll pull it out. A lot of these are just kind of plain, although they are cool. It's interesting. Same pattern, different size, different engraving. Okay. Some more. That's a cool little spoon. Look at that. Oil Wells, Bakersfield, California. That is neat. I like the souvenir spoons. I know they're not necessarily, these are all just some pretty sterling. We'll keep those together. They might be a set, or they are a set, but I don't know that we'll need to dip into those. We're coming up with such interesting and fun spoons that I think those can go where they go. We may crack this open for the kiddos. Probably not. I'd probably like to keep it in the bag, but we'll see. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and put away what I've pulled out here, and we're going to just delve into some of this other stuff. Actually, let's see. Can we show this nicely on the camera? Oh, and I suppose you stackers might want to know, like, how much silver is this? So say you're out and you're buying this kind of stuff, and you get a whole wad of sterling silver like this. How much is it? 326 grams. So what? At current prices, we're pushing $400 worth of silver. Kind of crazy. And don't discount the souvenir spoons for that matter. I mean, they really add up. You know, another 250, $300 and silver right there. Okay, let's go ahead and I think I've got my souvenir spoon box. We'll crack that open, shall we? I've been trying to figure out where to put all this stuff, and it gets a little challenging when you are a hoarder of my shall we say talents. That's cool. I think that's strong enough. We'll pull that one out. Northwest Duluth. We'll pull that one out as one of the potentials. Let's set that over here. What else in here? That is pretty. That is... Ooh, I like how they did this too. St. Clair, Michigan. Very pretty spoon. Strong enough. That can be one for the table, I think. Or at least for the possibles. What do we have here? San Bernardino. Not as pretty. Ooh, I like this one though. State capital, St. Paul, Minnesota. That one is a very, very pretty spoon. We'll pull that one out. This one's kind of cool. Breckenridge High School. It's very strong. I don't know. So a lot of these don't really mean anything to anyone I know. I mean, I got all this stuff pretty much at thrift shops. So, you know, a lot of it is just kind of a question of like, it meant something to someone at some point. Ah, this one will work. El Reno, Oklahoma. That's a strong one. It's a pretty cool design. We'll go ahead and use that one. Okay. Oh, I should zoom out so you can see what I'm pawing through here. I wish I could use the little alligator from Tampa Bay. Front and back alligator. Really cool, but it's too small. I can't see of any real use for it. Okay, so with that, oh, and this one is actually, it comes up as 60%, but I don't think it is 60%. I have done a lot of research on this particular design, and I think this guy's plate. So we're gonna put him out of here just so some future person, should I get hit by a bus, doesn't feel like they're getting ripped off when they're selling off a bunch of sterling. All right, and with that, we'll put all of this in here. What do we have down here? Oh, I've been wondering where I put that belt buckle. What else is in here? Belt buckles. I wanted to do a video on belt buckles, but I couldn't figure out where on earth I stashed my belt buckles. If I put them back in here, they're going to be lost again, aren't they? But I'm not sure I have a better place to put them. You know what? I'll put my other belt buckles in here. We have more sterling belt buckles. So that one's, yeah, that one's sterling. That's right. I've had one around here somewhere. Oh, I think it's still in my car. I actually hit the XRF machine. For anyone who's watching this, you're probably a regular viewer. And if you're still watching me playing around with my silver on Thanksgiving and enjoying my madness, you probably recall some of these. But there was one that there was a big question on it. And that one did turn out to be nickel silver. All right, so souvenir spoons put away, I think. Yep, these guys are all our contenders so far. Oh, and then definitely gonna have that as a serving one. And then let's go ahead and I'm gonna just fish around. I'm gonna pause for a second and fish around and figure out where we're gonna go next. Before we start on the silverware again, let's count napkin rings. So I've got this new one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of these are pretty cool. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So sadly, we are yet to have acquired enough napkin rings to be a napkin ring family for Thanksgiving. Oh well, we'll survive somehow. Okay, so let's haul out one of the big boxes here. These things are getting a little on the heavy side. Can we? Oh, yep, there we go. We got silver. That's all stuff that we're taking out. Okay. What are we gonna go with in here? I think what we're going with is we're pulling out the really pretty stuff, aren't we? And then stuff that will be good for serving or just fun. Like this one is a baby spoon, and it's so cool. You got the stork right there. He's on the chimney. You have the time the baby was born, back in 1938, and then get this, 49 centimeters long and 12, whatever that means. It's the weight. I think because it's a Swedish, this one? I forget. 830, might have been Norwegian. But this is Sigurd Christian, born November 4th, 1938, at 4 p.m. a.m. I don't know. There's a language for us. Fodzelsdata. So, yeah. Anyways, somebody is definitely gonna get the stork spoon. Hopefully people find this fun, or they just, you know, I mean, I guess my family knows me, so they know this type of thing is something that's going to happen. They're probably just going to sigh and, hey, you belong in the other box. As I was saying before, I was interrupted by a spoon in the wrong box. Probably just going to sigh and say, yeah, that's dead. This is Gorham, and it's the Versailles pattern, and this is such a cool set because every single one of these has a different design, and it is a crazy set. If you look up the Versailles pattern for Gorham, it's just like, wow. And this one I paid $5 whole for in a pawn shop. I don't know why they just sold it so cheap, but it was just $5. Somebody gets Versailles spoon. And speaking of Gorham, these are a couple of my favorites right here. I believe this is the St. Cloud pattern, if I remember correctly. And these were $1 each. And they're just so pretty. Those are definitely going to be used for serving spoons. So we'll go ahead and put that with Mr. 1776 there. Ooh. And we will have 1776 joined with Mr. 1804. That's Mad King George right there. This is kind of cool. That's I think that's a journeyman's mark. A lot of times back then, sterling was being made by not necessarily an employee. So whoever was making the sterling this day, that was their personal mark, so that quality could be inspected and they could get paid. But yeah, this one's 1804, and this is the, oh boy, why did I forget the family's name? You know what? I'm totally going to stop the video because that is a family crest, and I need to be able to tell you whose that is because it's too cool. And the reason it's too cool that I know it is because people on YouTube in the comments told me, and I would feel it would not be grateful of me if I completely failed to include whose family crest this was in this video. So I was wrong. 1805, not 1804. But that crest is the House of Dunlop. So that is one of my favorite objects. I've got that in a box at the old clearance store of silver plate and a bunch of sterling in there, as it turns out. I paid pennies for this, basically, because the way that store used to work was whatever you can cram into a big bag for one of those 55-gallon trash bags for leaves. Whatever you could cram in there, it was $10. So I'm sure I paid a few bucks for the entire box. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, tongs. I think those will see use this particular holiday season. Ooh, should we have? I think we should. Let's see. We're not going to go with, well, we might need a couple master butter knives. We're going to go super fancy pants. Let's go super fancy pants. Are these? We'll figure out how many. We're going to include those ladles. And then we'll make sure that we go super fancy pants on the table, and that we will have master butter knives and individual butter knives. 2, 6. So we're going to need to find 6 more in all of this stuff. You folks think we'll be able to find 6 master butter knives somewhere in all of here? Here's another one of those cool stork spoons. Ooh. I wonder. Cheese? Should we have that out for serving cheese? I think that's what it's for. I forget what those are for. Ooh. There's a good, I believe this is a cold meat fork. That'll come on out. We're going to try to go with as fanciest stuff as we can with some of these things. We'll know that we've got a few things in here if we need them. We have more serving spoons. You know, we have some fairly plain-ish silverware in here, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with having some fairly plain sterling, but we need to remember these are in here because these are fancy. And I like them. So if we need more spoons, I don't think we're going to need more spoons, but if we need more spoons, we'll come back and we'll hit this box up again. Oh, we're going to need knives too, aren't we? We'll do knives last, I think. No forks. Man, those are chunky forks. Forks might be something we want to start in on because these are, oh yeah, these were from a thrift shop. That one is big. Is somebody gonna have a big old fork? Yeah. You know what? We're having fun. Somebody's gonna get big boy fork. And that can be part of the fun. Okay, so that is that. We've got some knives up here. Oh, am I gonna knock over my stuff when I close this? Oh, you know what? Why don't we put all of that in there? I hope people who are watching this aren't bothered by being a little bit disorganized. Oh, wow. How much of this stuff do I have? Okay. Oh, yeah, we got some good serving pieces down in here. I I like that shape. That's a 830 silver David Anderson, but it's not super fancy. But it's good. It's like, it's solid. It's a good shovel. We'll clean that up. We'll put that into our serving stuff. Ooh, these are cool. I don't know. They're a little flimsy though. But this is a captain's spoon, and I think we get a date on it. Yeah, 1911, and then that's 13 1/4 lot or loath. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. And that's the silver content. These are cool because it used to be, and maybe still is, I don't know, I'm not a ship's captain, but it used to be that when you would buy your your stuff for going on a voyage, you get a little kickback from the provisioners in the form of silver for the captain's table. And that's what this is. So then they would engrave it and they would commemorate when this particular voyage was going to be. And this goes way, way back, this this tradition. We'll remember that's in here. I don't know that we're going to need it. But if we do, we'll go ahead and come on back and pull it out, because there's some fairly cool stuff in here too that we might use. That's a neat little 800 silver. We'll use that for spearing pickles or something, I think. What do we think? Boy, oh, you know what this is? A lot of this is my Scandinavian drawer. So this is like Scandinavian silver in here. Oh, that's kind of a cool thing. This is like a bar knife for like, I don't know that we'll need that. Probably not. We're not big like cocktail people. Oh yeah, that'll see use. I love that one. That one is great. 830 silver. I think that's, I forget who made that. Maybe another David Anderson, but yeah, that one will serve up something or other. Okay. What else do we, ooh. Oh yeah, there we go. Cranberries, we think? I fished that out of the messiest thrift shop I think I've ever seen. That was in, where was that in? It was in, I want to say this was in Livingston, Montana. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one of you eagle-eyed viewers who remembers the video I talked about getting this in. But yeah, that was in a lot of stuff. And then, oh, wait, no, that's a letter opener. We can't really, oh, can't resist this. All right, so this will be for my 4-year-old. We'll get that one cleaned up. I love this David Anderson forest scene for the children's silverware. In fact, I think I got more of it in here. Yep. There's his fork. Oh yeah, so we got a fork, spoon. I feel like I might have one more piece. Maybe not. Maybe I just have the fork and spoon. I think just the fork and spoon. But those will come out. Those will little Fred will get to use those. We have to make sure we have something real fancy for my daughter too, because okay. So man, that is pretty. I don't know. Serving some? Would that be for serving something? Or I think it might have been a soup spoon. Oh, I don't know that we're making any soup though. We're not really soup Thanksgiving people. But you know what? We'll remember that's there. And if somebody does decide they're making soup, we'll come on back down and we'll break it out. Okay, let's pull out another one of our boxes and see what we got. Up you come, Mr. Box. Let's start with the drawer. Oh, yeah. We got stuff. Shucks howdy, do we got stuff. Okay. That's a bunch of spoons. Ah, yes. This is a cool one. And you know, I don't know if this was modified to be a meat fork or what, but it is sterling, and it does have ye old hallmarks. This was early 1800s, like 1820 or something. And it used to have like a family crest on it, but It is long since been polished away. But yeah, we will absolutely use that for, I'm gonna make some rib roast. We'll sous vide that up. Ooh, tongs. Again, these are they've got British hallmarks on them. They are sterling. I don't know how I feel about them. We'll include them. I'm not sure what we might grab with them. We've got some other old, like 1800s, early 1800s silver. I can't think of what we would serve with those, so I don't think we're going to go through the process of cleaning them up. I think these had like lacquer on them to preserve them at one point. That's just a nice spoon. Oh, Gorham, that's why it's such a nice spoon. Is that Gorham? Yeah. No? Wait, what is this? Not Gorham. Oh boy, I cannot remember whose mark that was. If you know, let me know in the comments. Just a nice spoon. Okay. We have many things. Ooh, this one's so cool. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to include this one just as one of our spoons. I think it'll work. I think somebody will have... The shape's a little unusual, but I think it'll be good. I think it'll work out. Hey, Waukegan, Illinois, you don't belong here. Let's go ahead and sort this out while we're doing this, right? I wonder if we're going to need demi-tasse spoons or the little spoons for stirring coffee. Probably not. I don't think anyone is that particularly fancy with coffee. Ooh, little Norwegian. That's gonna go into our souvenir spoon box. Oh, I love these. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I love the hand engraving done on these. They're just beautiful, and I love that somebody went through and did that all with like a hammer and a chisel, basically. Those are gonna go into the probably being used pile. At this point, I'm probably just talking to myself. I can't imagine there's terribly many people that are watching. I think this one might go for my daughter. It's a nice small fork. Unless you're as fascinated with this old stuff as I am. Oh yeah. There's Layla's spoon. From 1893. Look at that. Layla. That is a pretty spoon. I forget this one was, yeah, sterling. Okay. There you go. Some of this old coin silver is a little thin to use. There's a nice big ladle. I think we've got lots of ladles now. We'll have to pick. There's a little... So that's definitely like Norwegian, I think. Yeah. We should clean that up. It might get used for something. I'm not entirely sure what. Okay, so it's always a shame when these things are so chewed up. Oh, this one's funny though. This one, I think, if I remember right, has kind of pseudo hallmarks. It is actually sterling, and the marks are made to look a little bit like they're English. Like that's maybe the jaguar's head and that's maybe the lion, but they're not, because it's Canadian. And it's Canadian from a time when there wasn't a lot of like they didn't have to do a lot of legal stuff to make silver in Canada. I don't know what it's like now. Ah, yes, there's a favorite of mine. Going back to that hand engraving, this is coin silver. And I think I figured this was like mid-1800s, early to mid-1800s. American coin silver. You can, if you can find it, that's the only mark on it. But it is 90% silver. So I said we're gonna have a master butter knife. We still have to find six more individual butter knives, aren't we? So we've gotten into a bunch of coin silver here. So this is all American coin silver that we've got over on this side. And I love it, but it is probably not going to see a lot of use. As you can see, it's just so thin. You know, they were really stretching the silver they had when they were making this stuff. And as a consequence, it's pretty thin generally. It's not stuff that's super duper hardy. That is a cool serving spoon for something. That is a very cool ladle. Gotta love it. All right. Ooh. Fork. Serving fork for sardines? No, sardines ones are longer. I don't know what that's for. These are nice forks. Those can go into our fun fork pile. What is the name on them? I don't know. That is really interesting engraving, though. Oh yeah, these were an odd one. They took me a while to figure out. I thought they might be plate for a long time, but then they ended up being coin silver. But yeah, those will see use. Haha! And we have individual butter knives. We are good. I think we got another 6 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we have our individual butter knives, unless we find some cooler ones, which is entirely possible. All right, let's rearrange this a little bit so I can open up the top. In you go, drawer. And, okay, what do we got in the top here? Whoop. Stuff. We got stuff. I still have not figured these things out entirely. Got some videos on them. You know, they came up good in the machine, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I think they're solid silver. I don't know that I want to use them for serving, though. They're kind of odd. But we'll set them over here. What else we got? Ooh, that's a nice little... I may be getting too many ladles. I'm definitely getting too many ladles. Oh, there's an A that's saved for you. You know who you are if you are watching this. What we got there? That's J.C. Stedman. American coin silver. Oh, this is the other one of those. I got a couple of those. Aha! This is one. This is Vanderslice. So it's gold wash, and this is from San Francisco, which is pretty cool. And it's interesting. It's not, if you find this stuff, apparently he didn't mark it other than just say Vanderslice & Co. I guess it was all pretty much custom made. And it's the, I think it's the gargoyle pattern. But yeah, that is definitely going to see use this Thanksgiving. Aha! There's a good serving piece. It's kind of a, I don't know. We'll scoop something up with it. Speaking of scooping something up, oh yeah, big old scoopy boy here. And then what else is down in here? So I think we got stuff that's not super duper fancy. Sad, but it happens. Some of the stuff is very, very, very old. And also, if you've been watching my channel for a while, all of this is stuff you've probably seen at one point or another, but I really have gotten quite a lot of it over the course of this year. All right, let's move this one out of the way, and I'll grab, I got 2 more. I kind of have 2 more. This one is not solid silver. This one is all the handle, silver handled stuff, which is stuff like this, which is going to go in here. Yeah, yeah, some of the stuff in here definitely is going to need some scrapping. I will probably access this if on the day it turns out we need some more things like this. Actually, that's not true. This one's coming out. That's going to be a pie server for sure, because I'm sure pie will occur, and a pie server. Oh, is there going to be salad? Oh, there's another pie server. Do we need 3 pie servers? I don't think we need 3 pie servers, but I think I'm going to... This one's prettier, but this one's more handy. We're going to go with more handy. And then I'm going to clean up salad tongs, I think. Melamine, sterling handle. Yeah. Salad tongs. We'll get these all clean. And in case you're just joining me partway through the video, which you probably can't be, but in case you forgot, because I forget things, I'm doing this to clean all this stuff up so that we can use it for Thanksgiving, which I hope you are currently enjoying as you see this video come up and aren't actually watching the video. You're just hanging out with your family. Unless your family watches my videos, in which case, awesome, but also let me know, because I would like to know if somebody's family watches my videos. That would crack me up. All right, last box. And then we make sure we have 12 of whatever. Oh no, this box is too big. There we go. Okay, so this box, has a lot of like sets in it. Let's have a look here. I think these are all... Is there anything really cool? That's kind of a nice little spoon. It's a little one though. Okay. Oh. Sorry. My camera setup is not actually adequate to the task we are trying to undertake. These are real that's really pretty. I like that. Somebody's gonna get that spoon, I think. Ooh, that one too, for sure. Okay. I feel like I'm not forgetting, that's not the right word. I feel like I've lost something. So there's one spoon I'm thinking about we haven't found so far. And then we'll also have to grab knives, I think. Although, honestly, they're going to be pretty much just like these generic. They're all sterling handled, but they're not going to be, I don't think any of my knives like this where they have the stainless blade and the sterling handle are particularly interesting. I'm just going to pick out some and we'll get them all cleaned up. All right. That does that. Okay, let me see if I can close the lid, and then hopefully the thing that I feel like I'm missing is in this drawer. Yeah, there it is. It's right there. That thing's cool. I think it's a serving piece, technically speaking. Should somebody get that as their spoon? They should get that as their spoon. Why not? Let's just live dangerously. Speaking of cool spoons, oh, that's so cool. National Silver Company, sterling. That's interesting because usually they called it National Sterling, not National Silver Company sterling. Is it sterling plated? Are they lying to me? No, I don't think they're lying. I think it's sterling. I will say that is a nice little, very pretty. I will say one of the things that's interesting, if you are somebody that has a hoard like me of silver, or I suppose anything, realistically speaking, as you hoard it away and you the years pass and you come back to it, do you ever find that there's stuff that you just didn't remember, or maybe didn't remember isn't the right way to put it. Maybe it's nice little ladles. Maybe it's more like they're things that you didn't quite understand at the time that you got them. Oh, there's a little salt ladle, I think. I don't know what I would use that for, though. That's a pretty spoon. What else we got in here? We just got all sorts of stuff in here. Oh, I wish I had more of these. Not that we're going to have corn, but sterling-handled corn stabbers. You call these things corn stabbers, right? That's the technical term. We needed a second pretty master butter knife. We'll go with that one. We've got more individual butter knives, more master butter knives. And then, are these cool forks? Do we like these forks? That's nice spoons. Somebody else is going to get Giganto fork. Why not? I like Giganto fork. This one's nice too. We'll go with that one. Okay. And with that, I think you have now seen all of my silverware boxes, and we have successfully put away all of my silverware, and then we've also pulled out a somewhat ridiculous pile from which we can assemble our place settings. Okay, so I think this will be a good bin that we can use to bring stuff up to clean. We'll start getting some stuff out of our way. We got our salad, a couple pie servers, scoopy sterling thingy, master butter knife, ×2. Just make sure we got all 6 of these. 2, 4, 6, and then there's more down in there somewhere. I think we're gonna need to maybe delve. I don't know if we have. Well, you know what? There should be 11 place settings because these tongs. I don't think we're going to use these. These are kind of hard to use. We're going to go ahead and put those back. We will clean up this and this, though. That's right. So I said that this and this. There we go. There's my 4-year-old set for eating. So that's one of our place settings done. He doesn't get anything more fancy than that. These ones are definitely going. Definitely going. I have a lot of cleaning and polishing to do. Do I really need all of these? I don't really need all of these, but you know what? Somebody's going to have fun stabbing a pickle with that. And we need to serve the meat somehow. Now, what I don't actually probably need all of are all of these ladles. Let's have a ladle valuation. These ones are definitely going to go, though. And then rest of our serving spoons. 1805, 1776. Oh, here's our other. Are they all the same set? No. There's no way. Yeah, this is processional is the pattern here. And the other set is, what does it say? Enchantress. Yeah, it was kind of fun. At a certain point, they started putting the pattern name on it. Cheese server, definitely going up. But I think we ended up with a lot of ladles. Like, a lot of ladles. This one is adorable. It's going. This one's beautiful. It's going. I don't think we're going to need more than 2 little ladles. So let's pick a couple larger ones. We'll just pick the 2 biggest. and then call it good. The rest of these can all go back where they belong. Okay, other serving pieces. Norwegian shovel, that's gotta go. I'm not sure what that'll serve, but. And then these tongs I like. These are good grabbers. Those are grabbers that will grab something. I'm gonna clean up the, this. I don't know that it's gonna get used for anything. This probably, well, maybe. I don't know if we'll have little olives or anything. I think these ones can go away. We're gonna need, that's such a pleasing shape. We'll just have that as another little serving spoon for sauces like cranberry sauce or something. That is also a pleasing shape, isn't it? It's just nice. Okay, you can come. Is this my only serving fork? I have the big Mito, and this is the other serving fork. That's, oh, I haven't finished the video on this one. I don't know if that's even silver. And then whatever kind of serving piece this is, it's going because it's cool. Okay, we are good with serving pieces, and now we need 11 place settings. So, how many forks do we have? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Only 10? All right, well, we'll just have to grab another one out of there in a second. Okay, so a couple humongo ones. That one will probably be for my daughter. Okay, so we'll just grab another one out. I think all of these are good. So we'll just go fish one more out. Go with this one. It's a nice pattern. Heirloom sterling. I just realized if this is fancy, shouldn't I have 2 sizes of forks? We're not that fancy. But I need dessert forks, aren't I? Because we're going to have pie. Just a moment. I think we're going to actually just have to break into our proper sets. I think we got it. We got 12 dessert forks here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Now we got to pick out some spoons. Oh, you know what? My daughter keeps bothering me to go to Plymouth Rock for Thanksgiving. She wants to spend Thanksgiving at Plymouth Rock. I've tried to explain that this isn't going to happen, but she's going to be tickled to get that as her spoon. And it's a good size. Perfect. Okay, so one of our 11, 2, somebody's going to get stork. That'd be funny. 3, 4, Soviet, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're at 11, and then I guess dessert spoons. Maybe we should go with the bigger ones for the table and some of the smaller ones for desserts. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, which is correct. So this will be for the table. Maybe that'll be for dessert. That's a little small. So we're going to grab, we need 11, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we need 4 more smaller ones for dessert. And then 1 more bigger one for a place setting. I love that sound. Okay, I have made my selections. So if you recall from earlier in the video, I like these. So we're going to use one of those for a tablespoon, and then these will be the rest of the dessert spoons. This one, it's just so pretty. I just love it. And this one, you might find it odd that I have one that's so plain, but this is a very old spoon. And I am not 100% certain how old exactly, but the best I can figure is it's probably 1700s American, some kind of a colonial silver piece. I can't recall if I've been able to figure out who RP was yet, but somebody's going to get possibly the oldest spoon that I have, if I remember correctly. Okay, and with that, I think, well, with that, we have made all of our selections, and I suppose some of you folks who enjoy the treasure hunting aspect are going to want to know something. That is, how much value is there just in silver, in the silver we're going to be using for our Thanksgiving? I too am curious. So why don't we, I don't know if I have a big enough scale down here. Let me poke around. All right, we have a scale. We also have a problem, because I just realized this video is going long, but it's going to have to go longer. And the reason it's going to have to go longer is because we forgot the hollowware. Serving is great and all, but if you don't have anything to serve it in. So I guess the question is, what pieces of hollowware are we going to use? I like this one. This one's a Mexican 925 bowl, and it's nice. I guess the question is, what would we put in there? Mashed potatoes? I don't know. Why don't we go ahead and select some of these, and we can also use them to do our weighing. Or should we start with the weighing, and then we'll weigh up all of the servingware. Hey, you know what? This one's gonna come. So why don't we turn that on? Can you see that? This is not a super duper scale for you being able to see what's going on, is it? Do we have a flashlight that I can shine it on there for you? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you'll be able to see the total when we start putting stuff on. So this sterling is going to go. Now, this total is going to be a little bit misleading. Let's make sure we're good there. We're in grams here. Okay, that is good. This is going to be a little bit misleading because, as you saw, some of this stuff is 830 silver, which is not 925. Some of it, or most of it, is 925. Does that scale just cap out? Okay. I guess I need a bigger scale. Just a moment. All right, this bad boy goes up to 25 pounds. So, there we are at... All right, let's just see if we can just add all of our silverware in here. Now, of course, we're not going to be able to weigh up the pieces that have sterling handles, but we'll be able to weigh up everything else. Like, for example, we're not going to throw that on the scale because it'll throw our measurement off. We just have to assume there's some more than we're actually weighing up. Okay. I think it will all fit on here. What? Might need to Jenga it a little bit. And I'm going to have a lot of polishing to do, aren't I? Oh, well. It'll be fun. It'll be all worthwhile for Thanksgiving. Okay, so We are currently at, what do we got there? Can we see that okay? It's not focusing right, but we are at 3,386 grams so far. Now we have to pick out some hollowware, and we'll call it good. I'll do the hollowware a little quicker, I think. Let me square this away. Okay, this is proving to be slightly harder than I thought it was going to be, because obviously we're going to maybe throw some mashed potatoes in there, maybe. But then my hollowware is currently being used for things. For example, this piece has other pieces inside of it. So where do I put these other pieces? They don't really have a home other than sitting in this other piece of hollowware. I love nut dishes. These are so fun. That one's 830 silver. But I don't really have enough nut dishes to actually, like, you know, serve nuts in. So, but this is a nice piece. I think this could be good for serving. Who made this one? Reed and Barton. Oh, yeah. Did you know Reed and Barton does sterling? Windsor pattern. Okay, so Reed and Barton Windsor is going to come with us. And this Mexican piece. And then I got to find something to do with all this. Yeah, like, I use these pieces for my videos. I don't know if anyone recalls this one. But this is one of my favorites. Repoussé. I forget who this maker is. When I got this was so black. It was only a few dollars at the Salvation Army, I think. I think this was one of my earlier pieces. I suppose is where we've already weighed that other piece up. So then, oh no! Good job, me. All cleaned up. This is all silver though, so that's got to go someplace safe. Okay, let's see. What else are we going to pick up? So as an aside, I really wish I could use this one. Unfortunately, I think it used to have glass in here, and I mean, I went back to the thrift shop day after day, and I mean, I only spent a couple bucks on this, but the glass never did show up. And this was so cool because it's for, yeah, I think it was for Grandma's, mother, for her wedding anniversary, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I wish I could use it. I just don't know. Without the glass, nuts. All right, we'll take you away. Should we serve tea? Who made this one? Prelude is the pattern. You know, I think I might have some Prelude silverware too. That's cool. I don't think we're gonna serve tea out of this thing. I think we're gonna clean this one up though. It's weighted sterling, but it's such a nice piece. It's thick, it's good. Now, unfortunately, we can't really add it to our total because it is weighted and there is something inside of this that isn't silver. But I think that will be a good one for putting little cookies or olives or something, maybe. I'm not sure, but I think this will make a good serving piece. So we'll go ahead and include that one. And this one may have a ding in it, but I think we could still put something in it, maybe. You know what? I'm going to clean it up anyways. I still haven't even taken off the price tag on that one. Yeah, I never did figure out who made it either. If you've watched this video this long and you know who made this piece, I would appreciate knowing. But I've always liked it, and if we can find some way to serve with it, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's add that to our total. Behind the scenes, this is all taking longer than it should because I think this might be a nice thing to put some rolls in, but it's obviously full of silver, so I need to find some other place for the silver. But yeah, I think this is a nice piece that will definitely be big enough to put bread or something in. It will be worth cleaning up and using, I think. It has sadly had something set on it. You can see it's been a little bent here. at some point. So yeah, with these pieces, they're not necessarily super duper structural. So when you put something in it, make sure it's down on the bottom of it. All right. I have been thinking about salt and pepper shakers, but I'm not that fancy, and I also don't want to have to unload all the salt. If you do use Sterling salt and pepper shakers, make sure that you unload the salt, because it will eat these things like nobody's business. All right, I'm not sure what this can be used for. It's got a little, it needs a little love, but it is a cool old piece. Old Wallace piece. It's definitely seen better days. You can see here. But it's a nice... We'll put something on that, I think. We'll put something on that. Okay. And then here's another good... We can put something in here, maybe green bean casserole. Also, this one is one that I wanted to show. You know, I got it for $15, even though it said Sterling clearly on it, because it looks like trash. It is not trash. It is Sterling. All right, here's a real pretty one too. We'll go ahead and add this. And then I gotta unload this puppy. It's got my silver coins in it. And apparently whatever else I felt like chucking into it at one point or another. But this one's cool. We'll unload this and then we'll figure out how to show it to you. Although you coin people might like to see me unloading it, huh? Some fun stuff in here. Ooh, Santa. Christmas 1989. Okay. This is going to take a while. All right, so this, as you can see here, is one of these reproduction Paul Revere style bowls. This one was made by Manchester. And you see these bowls all the time, and they are sometimes Sterling. So most of them are plate. I mean, I've only ever found one that was Sterling that I have found like at a thrift shop. But they're so common that when the rare Sterling one comes up, boom, it gets marked as plate. And I, only paid, I don't know what I paid for this one, but it wasn't much. But when I was cleaning it, I discovered that, which I found fun. And that is the NRA. And back in the day, they used to give away actual Sterling silver as trophies for their different matches that they would put on. And that's what this is, as far as I can tell. It was a trophy. Now, I don't know if this was a trophy that was ever actually given out. From what I could find, a lot of the sets or a lot of the stuff that they gave out would be like silverware. I'm guessing so that you could say, honey, I'm going to go win us some more silverware. And then you could get away for the weekend. It was maybe the idea. I don't know. In any case, it's possible that these things weren't actually inscribed for the winner, because they were actually intended to be something that would, even though it said NRA, it was something that was going to go home to your wife, and you were going to make her happy with this nice piece of Sterling that doesn't even have your name, doesn't even have the date on it. It's just a nice bowl that she can use to serve. I don't know, what should we serve in this? Leave a comment. Of course, this is coming out on Thanksgiving, so I may already have something in the bowl. You'll have to be quick about leaving that comment. All right, we will add that one to the pile. Oh, okay. And I've been fairly busy. We have this old piece right here, which is funny because I got that at the thrift shop, and somebody wrote Old Sterling Silver on it, and the Sterling mark is almost gone. And it's a little... and I think it used to have handles here and here maybe. But I still think it is a receptacle into which we can place foodstuffs. Let's go ahead and add that to the pile. There we go. You totally can't see. Oh, and it's turned off. Oh, well, you know what? We'll move all this stuff away, and then we'll put it on in a second when you can actually see it. Okay. Oh, that is gonna fall down. Okay, it's not gonna fall down. This thing, I'm not sure if we can use it, but I love it. 1912. It's some sort of handmade piece. And it is sterling, so we'll see if we can't make use of that somehow. Another just, oops, let me zoom out there. Just another good serving piece to put something in. So put that there. And then for our libations, we have this. I'll polish the outside of it. I've washed it pretty good before I started drinking beer out of it, but I hadn't polished it yet. Somebody's going to get Kathy's baby cup. Somebody's going to get the mint julep cup. This is a sterling julep cup for being very fancy at the Kentucky Derby. Somebody's going to get Walter Robert II. And then somebody gets to get Barbara. So these should be pretty good for drinking. If I know my buddy right, we're going to drink some mead. We'll probably have some mead. And that does it for all of this stuff. So why don't we go ahead and I'll figure out how to arrange it so you can see what the weight is. So we can get a total on how much we are actually going to be, how much silver we're going to be using for our Thanksgiving. There we go. Okay. Silver. On you go. Can you go on without... Okay. Will all of this fit? That would be nice. Haha! We are at 2,048 grams. So if we add that to the other pile, we have a lot. I already forgot how much that was. But, yeah. With that, I hope that you are enjoying your Thanksgiving. And I certainly am thankful for all of the fun that I've had with not only the treasure, but sharing the treasure with you and you talking about your treasure. A lot of people have been telling me what they've been finding, and it's a lot of fun. I'm very thankful when people take the time to actually leave a comment because it really makes this hobby, which is already fun. You know, I enjoy doing this anyways, but being able to actually interact with you folks has made it significantly more enjoyable for me, and it's been a great outlet. And I really do appreciate it that people have been telling me they've been getting some useful information from this. So with that, I will leave you. If you haven't yet and you've made it this far in the video, you'll probably like the rest of my content. You should probably go ahead and subscribe. I'm not sure how long this video is, but it's a long one. Share the video around if you know anyone who likes really long videos talking about silver. And we'll include in the title how much the total is. I feel like we're at, what, 4 or 5 kilograms? I don't even know how much money this is. We'll figure out how much money we got, plus, you know, this weighted stuff, you know, we just can't add that and include that in the total. So who knows how much money there is just in silver that we're going to be using to serve victuals on Thanksgiving. I hope you were able to learn something from this video that you can use to go out and find yourself some treasure, or just go ahead and stuff yourself with some turkey or whatever else it is you're eating for Thanksgiving.
Like this, I've been Thomas.